I mean, all right. Well, welcome to the Straight Red Card. We are back. This is segment 1. It's the usual. We're going to cover what happened this weekend with the Yanks Abroad and some of the standout performances in MLS, just to tell you who's doing what. If you care about that kind of thing,
or who's not doing what.
Oh, yeah, we'll have some of that too. And before we get started, it was odd because today I clicked on our show because I hadn't watched it as myself. I'd only watched it on a different YouTube platform and on my phone, so I hadn't watched it as me, and I wanted to like it as me too. So anyhow, I got on there, and the commercial that pops up for us is that dude. I'm sure you've seen this. The guy who talks about at any time you have 5 to 10 pounds of toxic poop in your body.
Yep.
Fuck, man, why does that have to be on our show?
Whatever. If they want to pay us pennies per click, that's fine.
I have a hard time believing there's 5 pounds of toxic poop just stuck in your body.
I mean, your intestines are awfully fucking long. I mean,
they are.
It's possible that there's enough.
Yeah, but when you eat, you expel what you eat within 24 hours. No?
It doesn't all have to leave your body. You can get stuck and moved around and just
jammed in a corner or something.
Peanuts holding it all up.
What the fuck? No way. No way are there peanuts holding it up. Have you seen what's come out? Well, anyhow, there's no way. There's no blockage. That's all I'm saying.
All I have to say, if people were upset about the porn topic, I mean, I'm sure they're going to love this topic.
All I'm saying is there's no poop stuck in my appendix somewhere. There's just no way. All right. I don't buy that. I don't buy that commercial. So if you see that commercial, don't buy that product. Just don't do it. Move on. All right. Let's start with Friday. Friday, we're going to include Friday as part of the weekend. All right. That's what we do because Thursday gets included in the midweek report. Which we usually do on Thursdays. So Friday, we had Alex Mighton play 30 for Nottingham Forest. We had Timothy Way getting the last 10 for Lille. Chris Richards only got the last 5 or so for Hoffenheim. Not sure what's going on there. Balogun played for the U23s at Arsenal. Got a goal, got an assist. He's hot. Always is with the U23s. Yeah. Is he going to pick us? I don't know. We don't know yet. Just depends on whether or not he keeps getting kind of passed over at Arsenal and overlooked by, the English national team system, which he hasn't been. They've been calling up for the youth team. So Taylor Booth, 54, Bayern 2, along with Malik Tillman. He got the full 90. And Christopher Scott got 20. Yes, there are 3 U.S. eligible players playing on Bayern 2 right now, currently. Some people will debate the Christopher Scott thing, but I have evidence otherwise. So anyhow, including the fact his name is Christopher Scott. It's not a lot of Germans named Christopher Scott. All right. The guy
you got a cotton swab, right? Inside of the cheek. Yep, he's American.
Like that, like a Brando thing, with the cotton swabs inside of your cheek.
Oh no, this is more the old you did the 23 and me or whatever to find out if you're a part of Neanderthal.
Oh, that kind of cotton swab.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't done that to him. No. I haven't been to Germany since I was like
a little girl,
14, 13 years old. So it's been a long time. Did not play. This is not going to shock anybody on Friday. Was Ethan Horvath. All right, buddy, you keep riding that pine. Boy,
the new manager said something along the lines of that Ethan's fighting for that spot, and it could be his soon.
Well, I would suggest he trapped the other goalkeeper in a corner when nobody's looking in the locker room and
kneecap
him, fucking punch him in the face real fast or something. I don't know, because he's really only gotten a handful of opportunities so far this year, and one of them he wasn't so good. But
maybe Horvath's got like a big fear of going out there on the field and failing, and his goal is really just to move from team to team to always be the second option. So he can just, make his nice little money and sit on the bench.
I wish life worked like that. That'd be so cool if I got hired as an executive director for like a big company, and I just was like the second executive director. So I like kind of showed up and just, got on my computer and played YouTube.
Look how successful we were this quarter. You're welcome.
I was awesome. All right. Saturday, we had John Brooks going 90 in a win. Julian Green going 80 in another.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. It was bad. Timothy Tillman.
But good for Green for seeing the pitch.
Yeah. He only got the start because the other guy that's been taking his spot was injured.
Yeah, kneecapped, I know. See, Green will do anything to get back on the pitch.
Green knows how to get it done, man. So Timothy Tillman, 10, Tim Ream, and Robinson both went the full 90. And again, a win for Fulham. They're right up there in that promotion zone. Again, man, it's like a roller coaster for them. Dwayne, I like to argue with Berhalter Holmes, got 80.
McKinney. Oh, hold on, back on Holmes, man. People were asking questions about him on Twitter today,
dude. I also saw on Jimmy's show, Que Golazo, which was live today. People were asking them over and over again on the comment section, what have you heard about Leggett having an argument with Berhalter? And I'm like, that's us, man. We did that. We spread that shit. So people are now pestering them. They never answered it, but they were pestering the fuck out of them with that question over and over and over again on that stream. I just found it really funny. I almost chimed in and said, hey, that question, that's us, Jimmy. Come back on the straight right card, but I didn't bother. I haven't heard from him for a while. Maybe he found out.
Busy guy.
Yeah, he might have found out. We're in the bad boy crowd with Pete and Filippo and the rest. So
yeah, but we're also in the same crowd with Herc. So he talks with Herc.
I know. I don't get it. And Winalda does too. So but Winalda's always been the bad boy.
I just think he's busy. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
McKinney went 30, got another goal in a loss for Juventus.
That midfield in Juventus was absolute shit.
Defensively.
Arguably the worst performance I've watched in a while. And I've got a fun story about that, man. Mm-hmm. I got a notification about Juve's game start. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to place a bid on them. Mm-hmm. So I went on there and I'm getting it all situated, about to place a bid, and then all of a sudden Verona scores a goal. And I'm like, you know what? This is the 10th minute. This actually works in my favor because the odds are going to go higher up better up for a bigger payout when Juve wins later. I placed my bid, and no more than 10 seconds later, they get scored on again. And a little pissed about that. Dude, McKinney did his best. He had a limited time, got a goal, and did his best to try to rally and save my money. But I
think he's proving more and more and more to the manager that he's got to start every game, because otherwise nobody really plays defense.
His work rate plus not acting like a hero is what's making him productive. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Everybody's trying to be too cute with it, try to take on one too many players, not enough heart. And Wes is out there to make a name for himself again.
Right. Christian Ramirez went to full 90. Finally, he stopped scoring. CCV 90 and a tie for Celtic. Ian Harks for Dundee United, full 90. Aronson, full 90 for Salzburg, and another assist for him. But the game ended in a tie. All right. Kind of surprised by that. Gooch, who cares? 50. Costly Jerker played. That guy.
Is it a costly jerker?
Well, they're teammates, but no. Let's see. Terrence Boyd, 90 for Hallisher, and another goal. Doesn't matter. He's way down on the three Bundesliga. Jonas Becker, 90. Here's one. Steven Soghamonian. Played 20. He's a forward, young kid for Dusseldorf's U19s on Saturday. That's worth mentioning. And God damn it, did Alejandro Zendejas go a full 90 and score another goal? Yes, he did for Necaxa. I mean, this is getting ridiculous at this point. But I don't think he's in our picture, whether he's eligible or not. So
Yeah, I've reached out to him. It was a Hail Mary in the dark. Don't think he'll ever respond to it.
He did respond that one time, but
now he liked to tweet.
Okay, well, did you tweet him?
Yeah, I tweeted him a message. I asked him, "Hey, just trying to clarify some things up. We cover Yanks Abroad on the weekends. You still eligible for the United States, or did you file the one-time switch?" More or less. I'm paraphrasing here.
Yeah, because he seemed to be indicating that he was still eligible for us in the earlier tweet.
Yeah,
he liked. So where we said he was eligible, or someone said that, and I don't know. Anyhow, I don't know how it works. Reggie Cannon got 20 and was injured. So he's probably out of the next camp for sure, if that's anywhere serious. PFOC 90 and a loss, and he played poorly again. And so did the whole fucking Young Boys team. I don't know what's going on there with David Wagner and this
David,
team.
get your team in order here. What the hell?
I know. Get this team in order, Wagner. Durkin 70 for St. Truden. Effort, Joe Effort 15, and then the new American on Beverand is Jacob Montes, and he got some time. I think the last 5 or 6 minutes. So that's a start for the young kid. Dest went 90 in what you could describe as a less than inspired performance, although it wasn't his fault. He started at winger. He ended the game at right back. But, I mean, he did his part. He did some great crosses. Just that team sucks, man. I mean, sucks compared to what we expect from Barcelona.
No, I mean, they're much like a lot of the generally talented teams. They have a lot of talent on the field. They just are not performing.
I mean, Memphis Depay, you really consider him that good? I mean, he was a complete fucking wasteoid when he was in the Premier League. Just useless. So, if that's your best player, your best attacking player on Barcelona, not good. Joel Sonora, not Alan, Joel played 70 for Banfield. Again, the Sonora brothers are playing all the time, starting in Argentina. And that's one of the best leagues in South America, along with the Brazilian league. So it's nothing to sniff at. It's something
to sniff at. It's something not to sneeze at.
That's correct. It's not something to sneeze at. You could sniff it, though. You could sniff it. I think you should sniff it. All right. Did not play on Saturday. Stefan Pulisic's injured. Leonard Maloney sat the bench, obviously, for Dortmund. He was a backup. Rain is still injured. Olasunde's still injured. Brian Ko is like a bench creature for Victoria Berlin. Fernando Arce and his brother Sagar Arce neither played. Adams rode Pine for 90. Maybe has a knock. I don't know. Chandler, who was starting for a while for Frankfurt, now doesn't play anymore. Otasawi still languishing with Bruges 2 as part of his attitude readjustment program. Charlie Kelman, who was loaned from QPR down to Gillingham in the lower leagues, did not play. Man, you get loaned down that low and I think he's injured, actually. Yeah. Wingo is also injured in Hungary. Noah Jones, I don't know why he didn't play for Will. He usually does. Miazga looks like he got replaced. That's another game I watched. Was like really disappointed and just turned it off. I'm like, fuck, I'm not watching this now. Jonathan Amon is endlessly injured for Nordstalen, so there's no point in even bringing him up half the time. And then as far as Saturday MLS performances, Keaton Parks got an assist. Dominic Dwyer got a goal out of nowhere. That guy's been like disappeared. Paul Areola got a fucking killer goal, a kind of goal he will never get for us. Nagby assists. Jesus Ferreira scores yet again. He's on fire. Kyrie Shelton a goal. Daryl Dike a goal with the assist from Muller. And Paxton Aronson with a goal. This kid's heating up, man. He's heating up just now. Are we ready to move to Sunday?
Well, I just want to mention one thing because you ran through that really quickly. Back to Pulisic a bit. Pulisic is apparently traveling with Chelsea. for their Champions League game with Malmo. And then he was also talking about how he was expecting him to get time against Burnley. So, I don't know if necessarily saying he was injured. He's just not fully match fit / 100% recovered, I guess.
Yeah,
but he's on the up and up.
He might get 10 here and there.
That's fine.
Maybe 10 at Burnley, 10 at Malmo, as they kind of like work him back in, or maybe 20 at Malmo and 10 at Burnley, just depending on the situation. But I wouldn't get your hopes up too high out there, folks. I don't know if this means he'll be ready for the November window. I hope it does. But, he's got a lot of recurring shit happening. So he could play 20 minutes and 10 minutes and get re-injured again, especially if they're bringing him back too early, which I don't think they are. They seem to be very cautious at Chelsea. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else on Saturday before I move to Sunday?
No.
Okay, Sunday, Sargent got 80 in a very pitiful performance by the whole team. It could have been worse, actually, and it should have been better for Norwich City. I watched the whole game. I watched the highlights, then I'm like, there wasn't a single touch by Sargent in the highlights. Not a single touch in the highlights. So I'm like, I got to go back and just watch it and see how we did. He really didn't do that bad. He didn't get many touches, but it's not like he lost the ball a lot or he was a total fuck up or anything. The problem with him is he's just got no confidence and he's not aggressive. He's just not aggressive. He doesn't say, pass me the fucking ball. He doesn't say it. He's like, I'm open right here. Pass me the ball. He never does that. It kind of reminds me back when Josie was on Sunderland and no one on the team would pass him the ball, and you're like, pass him the fucking ball. He just moved into open space. No, Rashika's going to ignore that and take a fucking shot instead from fucking 50 yards out. I mean, that's what happened in this game several times.
We in weeks past, the reoccurring theme that I saw with him is anytime he would make an advancing run, he'd always make his run into space or at least pull a man out, and the ball would never come his direction. They'd always go the opposite way.
Well, they better start passing to him at some point because Pookie missed, I think, a really great opportunity in that game. And, it's just the overall aggressiveness, like, say, on set pieces and corner kicks. I mean, Sargent's not a small guy. He needs to get the fuck into this scrum and get his fucking redheaded ass on that ball and put it in there, man. I want to see some Dempsey fight in those scrums.
I was to say he needs to talk to McKinney and find out how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get into the right space. All right. Well, Gio, it's just very frustrating. Gio Cucini, 10. Conrad, 60 in a start for Marseille. That was good to see. Scally, another 90 in a tie. Or no, and a win, I believe, right? A win, yes. Wasn't it a win? Now I can't remember.
Pulling it up to take a look.
But he got an assist. I know that much. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know he got the assist.
2-1, I think, is what they won.
2-1, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I don't write down everything. I just write down Scally 90A. That means Scally 90 assist.
You don't need to call him an A.
I didn't call an A.
What an A.
Speaking of A, let's move to B. Busio got 90, and so did Tessman. In a tie, in a 0-0 scoreless tie for Venezia. And I think they both played really well. I was really impressed. Now, not going forward, they didn't make a great through pass or anything, but they were just really dependable and solid in that midfield. Like, nothing was getting by them. Well, that's not to say nothing, but I think they were really confident together. I hope to see them together in that midfield going forward. So we'll see what happens there. Toljan, 85 for Sassuolo in a loss. Alan Sonora playing center attacking midfield for Independiente, starting again and going 70. Didn't score or get an assist this time, but still, it's something we need to start paying attention to. Although, why? Because Greg doesn't play a CAM. He would end up playing him out wide, and we got plenty of shit going on at wide. But Independiente is one of the most storied clubs in Argentina. I haven't heard a word out of anybody in U.S. men's national team circles talking about this kid.
So something to consider for Berhalter in the future is that while you may not necessarily play a 10, there may be times later on in the games when you're down a goal and you need to score, need some creative flair. Maybe you're going to have to bend a little on your dual eights and put somebody in there who's more just an offensive-minded center midfielder.
Yeah,
It's creative. It's possible.
Go with a 4-2-3-1 and just load that front four with offensive attacking players. Just load it with guys that can take guys on one-on-one or make great, quick passes. It's an idea. That's an idea. St. Polton. We moved to Uli Lanes, who went 90 for St. Polton. He did miss a penalty kick.
He did miss a PK, yeah.
Oopsie. Sam Vines went 90. Yeah, Sam Vines went 90 for Antwerp in a win. Cardosa went another 90 for Internacional. Again, one of the more storied clubs in Brazil. Not getting much attention these days, Cardoso, but we'll see. Or Johnny Soccer.
We're looking for that backup to Adams. So it's always a possibility.
Although he does tend to play lately a lot of 6. I mean, a lot of 8 instead of 6. Yeah. So speaking of sixes, Kappas went 15 but got the winning goal for Brøndby. Yeah. Again, we'll take that in more detail later in a question from you guys. Hinge Glover, who cares, plays in Finland. So does Bushu. So does Garrett. They all play in Finland. So I'm not going to get into them. Ryan Malone, lower leagues. Dylan Williams, same thing. Youngay Abiol, all these guys played, but they're all in way lower leagues, like Bundesliga 3 and lower. Ken Gibson, Mo Diakite, and Adam Langus all played on Sunday. Various different minutes. So then we move to the do not plays on Sunday. Hoppe. Oh, God. His agent needs to be dragged into a shed and spanked until his ass is so redded.
They're professionals. They know what they're doing, Derek.
Yeah, right. That dude brain needs to be re-examined. Because Hoppe should be getting some minutes, man.
Yeah.
And he's like 5th on the forward chart right now. I don't know if you noticed that. They replaced all 3 forwards, the center forward, the left wing, and the right wing in one of the games, and brought in 3 other guys that are apparently all ahead of Hoppe. It's ridiculous. So he's like 7th on depth for the wings and forwards. All right. Eric Palmer Brown. Nope. Didn't play. Nope. Not going to play anytime soon, as far as it looks like. Brian Reynolds didn't even make the goddamn bench.
He needs out. He needs an out this winter.
It was a stupid move to begin with. His agent's a moron. McKenzie.
Well, let's jump back a second. I mean, he was at least starting to see playing time prior to the coaching change. Now, it was limited. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I stand from that. I mean, it'd be better. It's more likely. It's probably better for you to start at a lower and work your way up.
You're going
than just jumping right into the deep end. Not everybody's ready for that, especially since he didn't have. I mean, he had some experience prior to it, but not much.
I mean, you're going from FC Dallas, where you're not even the best fullback on that team. All right. Hollingshead's a better fullback than he is, but Hollingshead is old, so he's not going to be hired by Roma. Okay. And you go to Roma. You couldn't pick like Verona or, some lower team in mid-table.
Go to whoever's bidding for you.
I get it.
MLS is cranking up their rates for their promising talents, and only the bigger teams are going to be able to afford them.
That's all fine and dandy, but if you're not playing, who cares? And
MLS doesn't at that point. Well, in fact, MLS might care at that point because they still probably get some form of payback if the player does well or gets transferred.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they shouldn't be just saying, hey, we want $20 million for DK. Using him as an example.
Yeah,
or whatever that crazy number was over the summer.
Yeah,
maybe it would have been better for him to have been able to get purchased, and then they could have sold him if he was doing well and made more money.
So Everton buys him at $20 million, and he rides the pine for most of the season. That's not good for DK. McKenzie, I told you this is going to be a battle all season long for McKenzie. Lucimi is the starter. McKenzie's going to get a time or two if Lucimi's got a knock, or he's got a runny nose, or someone stuck something up his butt. He can't get out and he had to go to the doctor. But other than that, McKenzie is a backup to Lucimi. So he's got a battle on his hands at Genk. Murray, who cares? He's in somewhere. I don't know where. Finland, I believe. Didn't play. Butler. No, I mean, we keep saying this. Justin Butler and Jalen Hawkins simply do not play for Ingolstadt. They are on the team, but they do not play except for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes on occasion. Jan George just came back from injury for Jan Regensburg, and he did not play as either. We're moving on to, we got Sunday continue. My bad.
Oof. What day of the weekend comes after Sunday?
But these are important. These are important Sundays. So these are a lot of people that people have not heard of. A lot of people have not heard of that are in Germany playing on U19 teams. Joel Emerson went 20 for Victoria Berlin's U19s. Malik Sanogo went 70 for Union Berlin's U19s. Lucas Tamaras went 50 for Hoffenheim's U19s. Ty Walker, that's a new one for me. He just moved over there from the New York Red Bull Academy. He's a center back, and he is playing for Kaiserslaughter's U19s. Kaiserslautern, if you don't know, at least at one point, was a long-time Bundesliga team. They would be kind of trapped in the lower leagues for a little while, but they're a historic team. And then we've got Liam Gainey played 30 for Astoria Waldorf's U19s, and then Nick Dossman played 50. Nick Dossman is from the Dianza Force Academy, and he is playing for Mainz's U19s. So those are kind of important. And Sebastian Saucedo went 30. Ben Liederman switched to Poland, so that's over with. Bye-bye. Alex Mendez went 90 in a tie for Vizela. Sebastian Soto got his usual handful of seconds at the end of the game for Porto B. Boy, that guy's just dropping like a rock. Stadler played. Yedlin went 90 in a win. Tyler Boyd went 25 for Rizespor. That ends Sunday. Let's move to Monday, unless you have something to add. No. Okay. Monday is Sabi went 90 for OB. No scores, no assists. Alex Borto started a goalkeeper for Fulham's U23s, backed up by Damian Loss, who's the backup goalkeeper for the Fulham U23s. And then Marlon Fossey went 90 for the Fulham U23s. Male Corbos went head-to-head against Mark Heider in Bundesliga. Woo! They both played. Heider played a lot more. Novakovic continues to kind of shuffle in and off the bench for Frosinone, and only got 20. They won, so it's not good for him, because that means he's going to stay on the bench. He only got 20. So David Rodriguez, a new 19-year-old for Athletic San Luis in Mexico, in the Liga MX, got a whole 50 minutes this weekend. This is a big step for him. He's a holding midfielder. I hope he turns out and he doesn't play for Mexico. Deontay Seeley went 60 for PSV2. Sam Rogers went 90 for Hamcam. Who cares? Michael Lansing 90 for Ailsons. Who cares? Sam Shashua, we've talked about this kid multiple times, went 80 for Tenerife, got a goal and 2 assists. This guy's on fire. This kid is on fire. And guess who didn't play? That's right. Jack Moore didn't play at all.
I don't know, man. The list has gone on and on and on,
I know.
Who have we not talked about yet?
Shaq Moore's his teammate. So Shaq Moore's not playing while Sam Shashua is coming in. This is his first season where he's a regular starter. He was a bench guy before, just a young kid, and he is killing it in Segunda in Spain, dude. I mean, it must be noticed. Haji Wright played 45 in Turkey. And then the do not plays, Damian Loss, we already mentioned. Chatura Dunse was on the bench for Leicester's U23s. Wooten, Shaq Moore, and Jeffrey Gall. And we are done. And that is it for this segment. Holy Christ. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go on to the next segment before we all grow much older. Good night.